Hey guys, it's Ashley. Welcome back to my channel. I know you all can tell from the title that we are going to be getting into the MACPATRICKSTARRR collection. I am a little late with it, but I wanted to make sure that I got my own review and demo in for you all. I will say that I did purchase the entire collection. However, I ended up returning several of the items later because I knew that they were staple items that I can purchase at MAC at a later date. I did keep the eyeshadow quad in Glam AF. Only because it does have a custom shade that Patrick created with MAC. It is the shade Oh My God, which is this pink shimmery shade in the corner. It's a little bit like a pink shimmery champagne color. I do have it on my lids. So that was my reasoning for keeping the Glam AF palette. I did keep one of the lip pencils, and it is in the shade Mahogany. Mahogany along with Brick, and I can't remember the pinky colored pencil. I believe these are also staples at MAC that you can get at a later date. However, I love this color because it's a pretty good like brownie, like a reddish brown kind of color. I love the packaging. It's white. It's very sleek with the silver cap. I did keep all of the lip glosses, and that was because I felt that the glosses had a really good color payoff, but also because I'm very into a glossy lip at the moment. And the shades are Mamastarrr, which is this nude kind of color here. It's very pretty. I'm actually wearing it right now. The next shade is She Better Work, which is this pinky nude lip gloss, and Patrick Woo, which is a red shade. And I feel like the star of the show is Patrick's powder, which is this baby right here. So Patrick's powder, I feel like there was no other person from MAC to create a powder with. I feel like we all know Patrick loves to bake, and I feel like it only made sense for someone like PatrickStarrr to create a powder with MAC Cosmetics. If you are interested in seeing how I achieved this look here, keep on watching. So we are going to jump right in. I'm first going to prime my face using the Milani Prime Shield Primer. It's an oil-free mattifying and pore minimizing primer. Forehead. And I definitely prime my laugh lines as well. I want to make sure that I have a really good base before applying my makeup. I am going to be using the Lancome Teint Idole Ultra Wear Foundation in the color Bisque Warm. Alright, so here comes the first real test. I'm going to use my Patrick's powder to set my highlighted areas. So what I like about the packaging is it's holographic, and it has the PatrickStarrr signature as well as the MAC Cosmetics logo on the front. Excuse me. Voice is cracking. Yeah. So this is what the actual powder itself looks like. The actual container itself is matte, and it also has the PatrickStarrr signature as well as the MAC Cosmetics logo in that holograph print, the same as on the actual box packaging itself, with this very shiny top. I feel like this is about the same that you would normally get in your powder, so I'm actually going to compare to my Laura Mercier translucent powder. The Laura Mercier is about 29 grams and the Patrick's powder is about 30. So you are pretty much getting the same amount of powder, if not a little more, in the PatrickStarrr collection, but this is pretty standard for what you would normally get. It's about 1 ounce. Both of them are about 1 ounce equally. So I would say this is of course what you would normally get in your regular setting powder. So now I'm going to take my beauty blender, and that same side where I applied my concealer, I'm just going to make sure we are all set to go under my eye area. And now I'm going to take my beauty blender, I'm going to press it into the powder as I normally would any other powder, and then I'm going to press it into the skin. And what I'm noticing right away is that there isn't any chalky or white looking residue. Normally when you do apply your translucent setting powders, they do come off or leave the skin looking a little white. I'm noticing that this one isn't doing that, and I'm guessing that it has to do with the actual color of the powder itself. The powder isn't pink, but it does have a bit of a peachy light color, so I'm wondering if that has to do with why it isn't showing up on the skin in that normal chalky white that normal powders, when you press them into the skin, when they leave that. You can see it more so on camera, but as I'm looking in the mirror, it doesn't look extremely white as I feel like a lot of powders normally do. So I am liking this powder so far, and like I said, because it's not leaving that residue, I feel like it is sitting on my skin or settling into my skin really well. So I'm actually going to touch the powder, and so I have a little bit on my finger, and it's very finely milled, I can tell you that much. It feels really good. I don't know how to really explain it or give you a comparison as to what it feels like, but this powder feels really, really good. It's really soft, it's really silky like, so I really can't wait to see what the finished look is going to look like once I dust away the excess and complete my makeup. Alright, so my brows are completed. I am going to be using the Patrick Starrr Matte Cosmetics Quad in Glam AF. So to begin my eye look, I am going to take this color here, which is Saddle, and I'm just going to work that into my crease area. So then I'm going to take a fluffy brush and just blend that out a little bit. I'm going to take a contoured blending brush, put it into Embark, which is the darker color here, and I'm going to apply that to the outer V of my eye. And now that same brush that we had Saddle on, I'm just going to blend that out a little bit. Alright, now I am going to just cut my lid a little bit, and then I'm going to apply that shade Oh My God to the lid. I'm going to take this Oh My God shade. You probably can't see it because it's really bright, but I'm going to take that shade and I'm going to pack it onto my lid. This is such a pretty color. So we are back. I have completed most of my eye makeup. I feel like now we are going to do the most important test of the makeup tutorial itself. I'm going to dust away the remainder of the Patrick's powder so we can see what we're looking like underneath. Alright, now first glance, I feel like I look how I normally would look once I dust away my setting powder, and I am very content with that. So I'm just going to finish dusting this away. I'm going to take a little bit of that Patrick's powder and just set underneath my neck as well. I might as well do the normal shebang that I would do if I was using my Laura Mercier translucent powder. Alright, so far I love the way my skin is looking. I feel like I said I look how I normally would look with any translucent setting powder that I am using. Alright guys, so we are almost complete. Now we are going to decide on a lippy. So like I said, I did pick up 3 of the glosses. I do have Mamastarrr, which is like a nude shade. I feel like this is one of Patrick's signature colors that he normally does his lipsticks. So I feel like the line wouldn't be complete without a lip color like this. Next we have She Better Work. Yep, She Better Work, which is this pinky nude kind of shade. So Swatch that here. All of these colors are very pretty in my opinion. And lastly, we have Patrick Wu. Super pretty. I think for this look, I'm going to go with Mamastarrr. What do you guys think? Super pretty. Alright guys, that concludes the MACPATRICKSTARRR review. I'm very happy with the items that I chose. Like I said, I did keep the Glam AF palette because it does have this signature shade that Patrick created with MAC called Oh My God. But the other shades that are in the palette you can find solely at MAC Cosmetics. They are standard shades that I feel like you should definitely have in your makeup collection. If you don't have them, I feel like getting one of these kits is the best way to not only get a piece of the actual collection itself, but to make sure that you do have those shades that are go-to shades. I'm also very happy with the lip products. I feel like the lip glosses have a very good color payoff, and I'm very happy with the actual color that I'm wearing now, which is Mamastarrr. I feel like it's a very pretty nude color, and I feel like this is a color that Patrick would definitely wear. I feel like he wears a color like this on the regular, so I am very excited, like I said, with the actual lip glosses themselves, especially the color that I'm wearing right now. And lastly, the Patrick's powder. I definitely loved how my makeup looked after using it. Like I said, I feel like my skin looked how I normally would look using a translucent powder. This powder itself does have a bit of a peachy color to it, but I feel like it didn't take away from the yellow or the golden color in my concealer at all. I feel like it's definitely going to sit well with my concealer. Like I said, the powder is very finely milled. It is super soft and silky, so I'm quite sure that it's going to wear really well. Also, I'll definitely make sure that I do a flash test just so you all have an idea as to what it is going to look like. That's it. I really appreciate you all for watching this review and demo. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you next time.